No, I get why he's downplaying it. Look, 16 of his 31 points come in the final quarter, as most in any quarter the last two postseasons. He entered last night with a total of 4 points in the fourth quarter through the first 3 games of this series. And so as I bring Tim Legler and Brian Windhorst back in the conversation, Legs, I understand why he's downplaying it. Because he's like, look, I'm James Harden. This is what I expect of myself. I understand the mentality, but the reality is we haven't seen that guy in a really long time. What did it mean?
Well, listen, it meant everything to the Sixers because I thought Joel Embiid actually, if you listen to what he said there, it's pretty interesting. This is what we brought him here. This is what we needed him to do. Think about what Joel Embiid dealt with a year ago in the postseason at that position. He had a guy on his team that didn't take a shot in 5 fourth quarters in a 7-game series. Now you have a guy that can answer the bell as a scorer from the point guard position, and that is what they brought him in to do. The problem is he had struggled to find this. And look, anybody that questioned it, you're not out of your mind for wondering if you were ever going to see that out of James Harden again. Certainly not in this postseason based on how he had played for a couple of months. It was reasonable to doubt that would happen. But the question here is this now something going forward, or is this, hey, on one night, he had his confidence, he felt in rhythm, and he got it done? I don't know yet. We have to see it now go forward because there's more pressure than there's ever been on Harden since he put a Sixers uniform on over the next 3 games because it's a best of 3 with 2 on the road.
So, Wendy, are we kind of in some ways right back where we started, which is to say, if I were to say, as James Harden goes, that will decide the series. If he plays anywhere near that, the Sixers will win, and if he doesn't, the Heat will win. Is that overstating it?
Yeah, especially because right now Harden is basically a three-point shooter. He's lost his step to get to the rim. He's still getting to the foul line. He was 2 of 8 on shots inside the arc in this game. And this has been a three-point shooting series, Greeny. The 2 games in Miami, Philly shot 20% on threes. The 2 games in Philly, they shot almost 50%. And there's factors there. Embiid came back, changed the spacing. Definitely Embiid looked light on his feet in this game. His step back was working. He even hit a catch and shoot three-pointer, which I contend I haven't even seen him do in weeks. So you know he was feeling it. And so if you're Philly, in addition to feeling like maybe Harden is getting on some sort of streak here, you're going back to Miami with Joel Embiid, which you didn't have before. You believe you have the best player in the series in a best of 3, and so you like your chances, even if this is the best game that Harden ends up playing in this series.
And the emotion that we saw from him on the floor last night, right there, that moment of celebration that you just saw quickly there was the one that really jumped out to me. He so frequently behaves with this sort of detached cool about him, but last night you could tell how much this has been getting to him, the criticism or whatever it is, just his own struggles. And last night he played great. So then, Legs, let's assess where we are right now. It's 2-2. The Heat have home court advantage. They're the 1 seed. But with Embiid coming back and getting stronger, how do you see this series as we sit right now?
Well, in a situation like this, with the number 1 seed having 2 out of these 3 games at home, you're going to favor the Heat. I know I do. I still think they're going to win this series. They can't possibly shoot the ball any worse than they did last night. And their whole stable of role-playing three-point shooters, the guys that you're counting on to make those shots, none of those guys had a good night. It's interesting to me. I made a joke this morning with somebody. I said, maybe I had it all wrong as a three-point shooter in the league by making them at a high rate, because Duncan Robinson went 8 for 9 in game 1 of the Atlanta series, and we've never seen him again. So I'm not sure if you go there or not, because there's a reason that Eric Spoelstra's made that decision. I certainly don't question Eric Spoelstra's acumen. He's one of the brightest minds in the game. I just wonder if, do you go there? Because that's what let them down last night more than anything, was their inability to make three-point shots. So I think they'll shoot better at home. I think clearly now you're going to have to probably pay a little bit more attention to what you're going to do here with Harden. I still think the Heat are in the driver's seat. But look, it's a best of 3, and if Joel Embiid gets better every night, Sixers could definitely win this series.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.